Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to another video. Some small updates on some of my projects. So the Mark II 3.2 vr6 project, done a little bit of progress on it. Small steps, but we're getting there. I've started to primer the engine bay, so getting that prepped and ready to repaint. Then I can start putting it back together again. I stripped out the exhaust, the old exhaust system, because I'm going to put a track slag system in there. I need to strip the dashboard out and rebuild the heater box. That's another job I need to do. But yeah, I've already made a start on the wiring. Dashboard comes out next. On my other Mark II, this was meant to be my good one that I've been driving around. Been enjoying it all summer, but I thought I'd try and sort some of the rust out on it, and ended up with this. So the rear panel was basically full of rust and filler. So I noticed it was a bit crispy and a little bit here and there. I kind of wish I'd put this job off because I've got other things to do as well, but it needs doing, and I caught it sooner rather than later. So what I've basically done, I've cut the whole, well, just cut the bottom piece off basically, because yeah, it's basically just full of sealer and filler and rust. It's also allowed me to address some rust that was here as well, so I've cleaned all that up and painted it. I've got a little bit more rust under there to deal with, and under there just surface rust to clean up. But basically what I've done, I've bought a repair panel from Heritage VW. So I bought this repair panel, which is like the whole bottom edge basically. What I plan to do is just cut the piece off that I need. So I'm not going to weld this whole bit, I'm going to cut it where the line is and get it welded in and tidied up. Yeah, small progress, but we're getting there. Hoping to get a bit more done on this one today, so I want to get the engine bay prepped and then painted whilst the weather's still nice. I'm just going to rattle can it, so it's, you know, it's not a show car. I just want to get it together looking reasonable so I can have some fun with it basically. Budgets are tight as well. So yeah, got plenty going on. I've also got the 84 tucked up under some covers, because I think it's going to have to sit there this winter until I finish these two cars. So once I've got these two finished, I can then crack on with that 20 valve turbo conversion on the other one. So any of you Mark II owners out there know the joys of scraping off this old seam sealer. So from the factory, they were pretty well protected, and it's obviously helped these cars to survive all these years, but it doesn't stop them from rusting. So basically you get, like, the seam sealer gets broken, or you get a bit of surface rust coming through. Obviously it rusts underneath the seam sealer. So I think this one's got a little bit of surface rust. It's not too bad, but I'm just going to try and scrape off all the loose stuff and then treat it with some under seal that I bought. The rest of the car's pretty good. There's a few little bits and pieces, but the worst of the rust is at the back end of the car. Obviously that's where all the salt's getting sprayed up behind the car as it's driving. Yeah, so this is the stuff I've bought. Lano guard. So it's like you can basically spray it directly onto rust, rubber bushes and everything. So basically it's like comes with a spray gun. Has pretty good reviews online, so I'm going to give it a go. Basically it's spray it directly onto rust. so you haven't got too much preparation. I'm just going to sort of like, you know, scrape off all the loose stuff and give it a little wire brush, and then spray this stuff on. It's meant to be really good. So a lot of people use it with 4x4s like Land Rovers and stuff like that. So I thought, you know, it's got to give it a chance. Happy days. Yeah, so I was planning on carrying on using this car throughout the winter. I've been enjoying it all summer, basically. Got it MOT'd in March, and I've been driving it all through the summer with a couple of little issues which have been easy to solve, but yeah, it's been great fun. I use my work van for, you know, long distance and my job, but this has been quite a nice little fun run around. But I thought, you know, if I'm going to drive it over the winter, it'd be nice to you know, check over the rust issues. I don't want to, it's an old car, so I don't want it to, like, you know, rust out and get even worse. But like I say, I've sort of been having a look underneath it and just obviously discovered the worst at the back. So that's obviously, that's why I've cut all the rear off. But what I'm going to have a go at today is I'm going to try Lano guarding the rear beam. It has been previously painted probably years ago when it was like had some work done on it by a previous owner, but I've basically jet washed it the other day, so it's just got a bit of surface. So I'm just going to go over it with a wire brush and then apply the Lano guard to see how it comes out. I think it will definitely preserve the car. Whether or not I'm actually going to use it this winter or not, because obviously I've still got this welding to do. I probably won't drive the car when it's snowing, and obviously when the roads have been gritted. But I will still use it though if it's raining, and just, you know, just as a general run around car. It seems a shame for it just to sit in the garage. So these cars are meant to be used. I mean, fair play, you know, a lot of show cars and pride and joys get laid up in the winter, but I don't know. I more like to use the car for what it's intended for. Each to their own, I guess. But yeah, anyway, I try and preserve the cars and look after them. Anyway, let's have a go at this Lano guard. It's a little bit, has got surface rust on it. We'll see how it comes out. Yes, this stuff sprays on quite good actually. Apparently it's meant to dry and give like a waxy sort of finish. I don't know, I sort of find when you paint things like this, the paint gets chipped off and it starts to rust again. This is probably painted about 10 years ago, and you know, it's already rusting and going all over again. So I just thought, you know what, instead of painting it again, let's to try something a bit different. So yeah, so far so good. Right, so I've sprayed the whole rear beam with this stuff. It's really good because you can really get it up into all the places. You're meant to give it 24 hours to dry. You can spray it on the shocks and everything. You get it right up into where the bushes are. It's okay to put on rubber hoses and pipes and things like that. So, not on brake pads and discs though, obviously, but I've given it all a really good coating. So yeah, see how that comes out when it's dry. Yeah, so just decided to pop off the rear arch because I knew there was a bit of rust here. You can quite see that. A lot of dirt trapped under there, and obviously what it does, it rusts out all this. So what I might do, I might have it so put some screws in there so you can actually take this arch on and off and periodically clean it out. Because I mean, I don't think that's ever been off before. Just trying to preserve the car, you know, I don't want it to fall to pieces completely. But the trouble is, when you start this type of thing, the deeper and deeper you get, it turns into a bigger and bigger project. This was just meant to be a little quick spray over with this stuff. But obviously I'm not going to ignore anything like this. Because yeah, I'm keeping this car. It's not, you know, I'm not flipping it on or getting rid of it. I'm going to be keeping these cars. So yeah. Definitely needs doing. Yeah, this is what I want to show any Mark II Golf owner. Look, so basically that arch there, all of that was trapped under that arch in that corner, all piled up in there, which obviously sits in there. So I think I've caught it just in time. I can tidy it up, but obviously, you know, this is quite a tidy car, but under these arches all the moisture and dirt and crap gets stuck, gets caught under there. I definitely recommend taking these off and just, you know, clean them out and address any rust before it gets too bad. Yeah, so like I said, what I'm going to do with these, once I've treated everything, I'm going to, because they're pop riveted in, so you have to drill the rivets out. What I'm going to do, I think I'm going to get some little M4 nuts and bolts, and I'm going to basically make it so you can take them off. Some people bond them on, but obviously, you know, this is going to be a regular thing where stuff gets trapped under here, so I'm going to make it so I can take them off every so often, maybe once a year, and just jet wash underneath, clean it all out, because like I say, that's a build up there, you can see it. Like I said, that all came from in there, and it's just going to rust it out. So, little tip. Yeah, so with this 3.2 vr6 project, I've had to do quite a lot of prep work, so I'm trying to repaint the whole engine. So I've put some seam seal around the worst bits. I'm not going for a smooth engine bay like, you know, Euro style. I'm just sort of doing a fairly sort of OEM type of look. So I've just put some seam seal around just to sort of make it look a bit more up to it. So yeah, just trying to find a bit more time to work on my projects at the moment, because I've been quite busy with other things. So it's quite nice to actually have a bit of time to work on these cars. Like I say, these three, there's the 2 litre 8 valve, which I'm keeping as an 8 valve, will be sort of a nice project to keep going. The 3.2 VR6 out of an Audi TT, and the soon to be 20 valve turbo track car as well. So stay tuned, because I will be getting these cars finished at some point in the future. But yeah, keep posted anyway, because I'm gonna try and upload some more videos of my progress. It's a bit slow at the moment, but I will get there eventually. And like I say, it's be worth watching, because obviously the final product, these cars will look really cool and drive really good as well. I'll give you some driving videos once it's finished as well. Cool, thanks for watching.